Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel, this time from the small town of Góra, which means hill in Polish. And we couldn't resist. We saw this as we were driving on our way to Głogów, this beautiful church. And we had to stop and take a look at it. And the church is called St. Catherine's. I just had to look it up. St. Catherine's Church, or Katarzyna in Polish. It's, as you can see, largely a Gothic church. The big windows are Gothic. Looks like there's even some Romanesque details in the very top up there. But mostly it's Gothic. Interesting turret over here behind this concrete pillar. But this town as well was called something else under when it was in under German domination, or I should say annexation, perhaps. You know, this border shifted back and forth so much, as anyone who reads the history of this place will know. After World War II, the people who were living here were German, for example. This is the case in many parts of Western Poland, and they were moved out and sent back over the Oder River, which we're going to be talking about in the next program, most likely, or the one after. But at any rate, from Głogów. But at any rate, those people were moved out, and then Poles from eastern Poland, who used to be in what is now part of the Ukraine and Belarus, and even Lithuania, were moved over back into this area. So it's called Góra. And the most interesting thing about this church, apart from its rather impressive beauty, because you come upon it, there's a little cat, you come upon it from nowhere along the countryside, and it's very impressive, especially in the magic light of the evening drawing close on February night. I think what we'll do is go up and walk around. I want to show you a couple of unique things. You don't see, well, I won't say they're unique because you do see them other places, but not very often in Poland. And I think it's worth looking at. So let's enjoy the trailer and we'll come up and look around on the other side of the church and I'll show you these things. Okay? See you after the break. Okay, everybody, welcome back. Come and look at some of these things here. This town, by the way, Góra, was really got rocking and rolling around 1300, and because in 1288 it was given town rights, the Magdeburg town rights, which basically was a kind of form of incorporation, if you will. So you become a viable unit as a town, and approved by the powers that be, the kings and dukes and you name it, the people who are in charge above you in feudalism. You've got a number of these beautiful inscriptions, and as I say, they're not, you don't see them quite often outside churches in Poland. This is from 1576, and it's as I understand it, it's epitaph for the death on the 9th of February 1576. Oh, there's our cat friend. Hello. Hello. The church cat. Very nice. All is well. Yeah. In 1576, Mikołaj Heinke, I guess it is, I'm not sure, or Heinzke, if it's pronounced in Polish. It's Mikołaj Heinzke, I guess, because the C is like an S. Right. Okay. And he's here, as you can, or this is placed for him, with his 3 sons and his wife and 4 daughters. That's what it says. 3 sons, Sanami. Z means with, sons, wife, and 4 Surkami, daughters. Okay. Think I'm almost correct on all of that. But I am not an expert in ecclesiastical history, of course. Who is? Well, somebody who's much more experienced than I am. Okay, and this one I really like, because you can see from his dress, this is very Elizabethan. He's got the ruff around his neck. You see it? He's got a nice glove in his hands. He's a gentleman with a cloak, the high leather boots of the time. And what's the date here? 1598. So this is, you know, Shakespeare was still alive, writing plays, or having them performed anyway. And Queen Elizabeth was still on the throne. She left the throne in 1603, I think. And this fellow had his epitaph put here from 1598. 1598. I think it says they don't know his name. Really? That's not right. It must be written here someplace. Would you do this whole thing and not put your name there? It must be some. Anyway, I'm making it up as I go along. But certainly it's an Elizabethan man. Certainly it's 1598. And that's what I want to show you. That is unique. You don't see a lot of that. And that's really fun, you know. And here's another one from 16th century. It just says 16th century for children. And you can see these are children praying. I think that looks like children to me anyway. Praying. So it's, I guess, an epitaph to children who may have died. Most likely, it's an epitaph. So I suppose they died from the 16th century. Again, that's the 1500s. And then look at these chaps. 1603, that's the year, I believe, that Queen Elizabeth I died. Of course, Poland had just been through its great renaissance of the 1500s. That was the height of Polish-Lithuanian power as a kingdom and as a one unit. And here we have the 24th of May, 1603. Henryka Haldeza. Okay? It's not known who the woman is, it says. Nieznane jest imię I nazwisko dziewczynki. Być może siostry Henryka. Okay, maybe it's this Henry's sister, this woman. But again, you notice the clothes. His clothes are a little different than this fellow that we were just going. He looked more like a gentleman. He looks almost like, gosh, I don't know. Is he a priest or something? Maybe that's what it says. I'm not sure if he's some kind of cleric, but because this looks like a cleric's uniform, doesn't it? I'm guessing. But anyway, we don't know who she is. That's Henrik. We don't know who that is. That's maybe his sister, they say. And maybe it is. But anyway, that's a nice, fine sculpture. And I think that's all we have. Yep. That's all we have. No, wait, there's one more. You keeping up with me, Vova? Nice brick, huh? Look at this. Tiles. Gothic. I wonder if these windows were blown out and they had to replace them with sort of reinforced stuff. This one's all worn out. You can see I can't even read the date. 1555, okay. Maybe it's on the more weathered side, but 1555, that's the earliest one here, isn't it? This is right around the time, 1555, that the Russian Tsardom comes into existence with Ivan the Terrible, 1555. So that's an interesting date. At any rate, this guy's name was Valerigo Gebhardt, or Valerigo Gebhardt, or Gebhardt. Maybe that's, because Gebhardt is like in between Russian and Polish, I think. I'm guessing. I mean, sorry, German and Polish. Yeah, not Russian and Polish. Vova was shaking his head. What's the matter with you? Is your brain freezing? Yes! It's a little bit brisk here. As we're losing the beautiful sunlight, you know, the sun's nice on this old factory. That's some German type factory, you can tell if you look at it. Oh, there's another cat. You can just tell by the way it's built. And part of this looks like it's added on later, but you see the sort of classic German timbering on the house next to it. I think the factory's up for sale. There's a sign over there anyway. Okay. That's all we have for this episode. We've got to get on and go to Głogów, which is not that far away. This is part of the Głogów district. So Głogów has a lot of things to see, and we'll see him tomorrow. Plus, the beautiful Oder River. Thanks for watching. I'm Will Richardson in Góra, Poland.